to start with Wes Moore. Now, if you guys have not seen my latest video on my page, all right, on my YouTube channel, my latest video is about Governor Wes Moore. Governor Wes Moore has to be I'm going to be nice. Governor Wes Moore is a very big disappointment for the state of Maryland, okay? One, he's a Democrat. There's that. But two, Governor Wes Moore just doesn't do anything. When I say anything, I mean nothing. All right. And Governor Wes Moore is now asking the public to put him back in office. I'm telling you right now, I hope you guys take this man out of office. I don't know why y'all keep putting this man back in office, but you keep doing it. Okay. You keep doing it, and I don't know why. I didn't put him there. I didn't vote for him. I don't vote for any Democrats. I've never voted for a Democrat, right? I've never done it. But if there ever was a Democrat I would vote for, it wouldn't be Wes Moore, okay? It would not be Wes Moore. Not at all. Not at all. However, let's go ahead, just for a little, a little shot, pour it up a little bit, let people get in. Let's go ahead and get into Governor Wes Moore here. All right, because Governor Wes Moore seems to think that we want him back in office. Here we go.
So listen, I'm not from that world. And y'all know I'm a person of action. And we are moving forward fast across the state and across party lines to prove to a dysfunctional Washington that there is a better way forward.
Well, Governor Wes Moore officially kicks off his campaign for a second term as Maryland's governor. In a video posted early this morning, he continued his war of words with Washington and President Trump while touting his successes in Maryland.
What success?
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Kai Jack.
And I'm Mary Bubala. We have team coverage following this governor's announcement. Fox 45's Rebecca Pryor with a closer look at those opposing the governor's re-election bid.
Jessica Babb breaks down the ongoing energy crisis around Maryland and the governor's policies.
But first, we turn to Mackenzie Frost, who pressed the governor today about his budget and fiscal responsibility.
Governor Wes Moore officially kicks off his campaign for a second term, suppressing swirling rumors about a potential White House bid for now. But the messaging that we're seeing from his campaign doesn't quite add up to what we have seen unfold under his leadership, especially the activity here in the State House.
Especially the budget.
Early Tuesday morning, Wes Moore made big news on social media.
And that's why I'm asking you to re-elect me as governor.
Officially launching his campaign for governor, asking Marylanders to elect him to a second term.
I'm good. Good. Let's get back to work.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
And telling reporters
I am incredibly excited to go back in front of the people of Maryland.
his record proves he's the right person for the job.
We've actually brought fiscal discipline. We've stopped the out-of-control spending that was taking place in the state of Maryland, where now we've gone 3 straight years of actually decreasing the size of the general fund.
But that platform leaves out some details. When you talk to people around the state of Maryland, the biggest thing that they talk about is they say that you and Democrats in the state house have raised their taxes, and they point to the more than $1 billion tax and fee increases that went into effect this last year. So how do you really look at them and say that you are bringing fiscal discipline outside of the general fund when they also know that tax and fee increases have gone up under your leadership?
Well, I think the biggest thing that we continue to hear from people is a measure of appreciation that we have given the middle class a tax cut.
Child of bullheaded lies. I can't do it. I can't do it. You guys, I tried not. I tried my hardest. I did. I tried not to stop it because I want you guys to see what the man is saying. He's a bullheaded lie. I'm telling you right now, he's a bullheaded lie. He just raised the taxes. We went from having, maybe paying 60, 70 for a year of, car registration. Now it's like almost $300 for 1 year to register a car here in Maryland. He's a bullheaded lie. Oh my God.
That we have actually given veterans a tax cut. And at a time when you're watching the federal government, which is just given a tax cut to millionaires and billionaires, and in Maryland, the middle class just got a tax cut. I think middle class Marylanders appreciate the fact that we're working to bring affordability up inside of our state.
When I heard those words about fiscal discipline, the first thing I thought of was a famous fictional character, Pinocchio.
Thank you.
This just doesn't jive with what the reality is.
Political analyst John Dede says people in Maryland know the reality they have been living with, regardless of what Governor Moore says right now.
There's been a huge amount of fee increases that have really offset the tax cut that was given, which wasn't as big as a lot of people think.
The governor also points to the budget's bottom line, arguing he's turned a deficit into a surplus. But when he first came into office, Moore wrote in this letter, the state was in a fortunate financial position. While money was moved around this year and some programs did see cuts, Dede notes it's a constitutional requirement to pass a balanced budget. And next year brings more uncertainty.
The long-term structural deficit issue is not fixed in any way. And the way they did some things was basically on the back of Marylanders with a lot of fee increases. So I think that his comment about that is kind of dangerous in a way, because next year's session could change a lot of things.
The governor's announcement comes amid speculation he's setting his sights down the road on a bigger, perhaps Oval Office. While Moore maintains he's not running for president in 2028 and seeking a second term is his sole goal now.
I am very clear and I'm laser focused on making sure that the people of our state are going to be okay. And I'm excited to be their governor for this next term.
Dede says the messaging from the governor about a dysfunctional Washington, public safety, and the economy is one that can easily be flipped for another race.
Take that ad he ran this morning, make a couple minor changes, and that can be the start of a presidential campaign ad. Everybody finds a way to leave the door open.
Whether the door is cracked for a future presidential race remains to be seen. But for now, Wes Moore is heading down the campaign trail, asking Marylanders to line up behind him for another term as governor.
Child, I want him to stay up out. I want him to stay up out of Maryland. That man is... I can't take it. I can't take it. He's lying. He's lying through his teeth. You know what? Don't take my word. I'm going to get another Marylander to tell you. Kelly, what's going on, girlie? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. What's going on, girl? I see you talking about Governor Spinmore.
I'm talking about that bald-headed man. He get on my nerves. I just want to take his head. I can't stand him. He's lies so much. Okay, so you live in the state of Maryland as well as I do. Mm-hmm. Please tell the audience they know me, they trust me. However, I want another opinion. They know you, they trust you. I don't know. Tell me. Is Governor Moore telling the truth?
What was he talking about?
Okay, so what he was talking about is that he's
first of all, hold on. No, the answer is going to be no, because he does like to lie. But go ahead.
He said he is fiscally responsible.
No, that's not true, because he raised our taxes through, I don't know the percentage, but he raised our taxes a lot. He inherited a $5 billion surplus from Larry Hogan. And now we are in a $3 billion deficit. That's why when I came on the show, I said Governor Spinmore. That's what we call him here. Yeah. What's up, Donna?
Spinmore. Okay. Yep. Governor Spinmore. Yeah. Because he spends so much money.
He's a city girl.
Yeah. You saw him on the yacht, right?
Yeah, city girl. Yes.
He was out.
The yacht, on George Clooney yacht. Probably doing some stuff like his boy Obama, probably doing something strange for a little bit of change. Yeah,
for a lot of bit of change. Mm-hmm. Oh man. So I was just telling the audience that I did a video the other day talking about Governor Wes Moore. I'm sorry, Governor Spinmore. I was just talking about him and how he was out there looking like Nino Brown, talking about we all we got, we all we need. And then he had Don Limon out there with him. Don Limon was out there doing Man on the Street. Okay. And you know how Don Limon, he loved to come and throw glitter on Donald Trump. But what happened was the fact that, he talked to Black people, he talked to white people, he talked to some Latinos, he talked to everybody, and everybody said that the crime was bad and
Mhm.
you know that they want Trump to come through.
Mhm.
And my favorite part out of all was the man that was around Governor Wes Moore, and he was
Mhm.
like, "This is a photo out. This is a photo out." I was like, I was totally surprised that people actually went down there and called it out,
I'm shocked.
especially Black people.
Mhm.
I was floored. I said, I got to do a video. They
But
went
you
down
know
and called it
what?
out.
A lot of people in Maryland, like a lot of people in Maryland, even the Democrats don't like him. Like I know, I have family members that are still, Democrat, older people. They don't like him because of the spending, because they know about the deficit, So a lot of,
Mhm.
Black Democrats, even in our state, don't really like him.
Yeah, and I said this too in my video that Governor Wes Moore, it's all performative because when regardless of what you think about BLM, right? When all of that happened, no matter what side you're on, when all of that happened, Governor Hogan took his office from Annapolis to Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, and mind you, he's a Republican, okay? He's not on the side of none of that. However, these are still his constituents. So he said, you know what? There are constituents that are just awful, okay, down here destroying stuff. And then there are constituents that are in the middle of this nonsense. So I'm going to go down there because these are my constituents.
People really liked Larry Hogan because even though he was a Republican, he was a really popular governor because he was about getting stuff done, and
Very
even
much so.
like he personally did not support abortion, but he was about, a woman's right to choose, and that, and me and you not even on that.
He worked across the aisle. He tried to find a middle
He worked
ground.
across the aisle. So that's why because people think, yes, Maryland is very blue, but he still became the governor. So because people liked him, he was legitimately a good governor.
That was because all that gerrymandering they did, it still couldn't mess with the fact that a lot of Maryland, just like I'm starting to think a lot of California, is red.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
They just be gerrymandering everything to do. But
even the Democrats like Larry Hogan was my point. Like even the Democrats, everybody.
It's rare that I find Democrats that hated Larry Hogan. And the crazy part about it is, before we move on, the crazy part about all of that is when he came back, after beating cancer and everything. When he came back, it's so funny because he ran for Senate. And what's that other simple-minded lady that's just, I don't want to say the R word, stupid, but yeah, that lady. She ran against Hogan, and she was talking all this stuff. And I remember watching the Senate debates, right, on a local station, and she said, "Well, this, that, and the third about Hogan." And Hogan said, "Wait a minute, you worked in my administration. You're a Democrat that worked for me, so you understand that I was a good governor." You know what she said? You know what her defense was? Yes, you were a good governor, but right now you are going to push the Trump agenda, and that sealed Hogan's fate.
Oh yeah, it's this what I think, and I try,
And
I
they
try
put
not to
that
make things
stupid
about
woman on the
race.
other stupid woman's ticket. Because you remember, like up and down the highway, they had the signs out there. Also,
Aisha. Aisha Brave
they had
Boy.
also book with along with
Brave Boy. Aisha Brave Boy. I think
they had all of them with out there with Kamala.
It was Aisha
all
Brave
of them on the
Boy.
same time. Yeah, it was just.
That's what I was gonna say. They wanted a Black woman senator. They wanted the first Black woman senator, and that's why they voted for her. Even though they knew Larry Hogan was a good governor, they knew this. They still, and when I say they, I mean the 92% and probably Black men. I'm gonna throw in it, which
the ones that have to stroll to the polls along with their girl. We know. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I don't even know why. I don't know why, and we should do a poll. I just don't know why a man would even vote for a woman with certain things.
Because he got to listen to his wife. Because he has to listen to his wife.
It has to be, but that was why. Because people really like Larry Hogan, but they just voted for her because she was a Black woman. Like, yeah, that's what it was.
absolute trash. But yep, I just wanted to start with that because I saw that right before we came on, and I was just talking about him yesterday, and I'm just like, why? Why would we put you back in office? I think Larry is going to run again. I do think he is going to run for governor again. Because he's been putting little stuff on X, right? And I mean, he was just really, really good. And he tried his hardest to lower taxes, and he did. This bald head.
Yeah. He did.
So you guys get it down in the comments.
So hold on. Before you move on, I thought Wes was throwing in his bid for president in 2028. Is that what you're talking about?
No, he's running for governor. Okay, for 2026. But
governor for 2026, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Of course.
But what they were saying on the newscast right before you came on, he's kind of like the way his campaign is set up and the way his ads are set up are like presidential campaigns.
He wants to run in 2028. That's why he was on, and I missed your show.
Everything.
That's why he's on everything. That's why he on George Clooney yacht. That's what it is. They thinking they gonna do a Obama remix.
Yes, they gonna get him out there on that. I was only here one term, and whoop, here I am. I am the president.
They have no originality. They run the same daggone plays all the daggone time, and what they don't realize is people not gonna fall for the okie doke again. Like it's not rocking.
And I'm telling you, they were out there in full force in Baltimore. So shout out to Baltimore getting out there, calling that man out while he was walking on the news. These is photo ops. When you get a chance, go watch it.
I'm gonna watch it.
Never forget it. I mean, it was so hilarious. These is photo ops. Y'all look like two little girls walking in Park Heights. So shout out to Baltimore.